Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Slayer Talk. My name is Mark. With me as always is my wife Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, it's just been a good week here. It is April 25th, 2000, and...
You almost did it.
And if it seems like...
2000 and what?
Just 2000. And if it seems like I'm having trouble talking, it's because I just ate some spicy hot Cheetos, some flamin' hot Cheetos.
Flamin' hot.
Yeah, some flamin' hot Cheetos, which is apropos of this episode. Might as well call this horny Slayer.
Horny Hellmouth.
This episode was something.
Yeah. It's something. It was definitely that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to elaborate? Or no? You're good with that? It's something.
It's a wrap. We're done. It was something. No, this episode was crazy. Buffy and Riley cannot stop fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
They cannot keep their hands off each other. So
they are just absolutely fucking tearing at each other this episode. Like each one's covered in the dust of flaming hot Cheetos. Introduced on the market in 1992, everyone.
Like every... What? What the fuck?
I don't know. I just almost spit soda out all over the place.
I'm glad you didn't spit on the microphone.
Oh my god.
That'd be absolute, terror.
Chaos, yeah. Only one thing gets spit on around here.
You're disgusting.
What?
You know what?
I'm talking about the sink when we floss.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So,
speaking of spitting on that thing, Riley and Buffy are just... What do you think that... Now, okay, spoilers for Where the Wild Things Are, not the book Where the Wild Things Are, which is a lot more tame than this episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But do you think that their activity caused what happened, or do you think that the malevolent force kind of like influenced them?
I think that it started out being caused by them. That like the poltergeist activity,
right,
which is what we find out this is,
yeah,
was, obviously like an underlying thing in the house, or this wouldn't have happened, but it was triggered because they were having so much sex.
Yeah. Turns out this house wasn't built in an Indian burial ground. It was built on a abandoned sex toy factory.
No. That'd honestly be less disturbing.
Yeah, no shit.
But I feel like after a while, they were being influenced by it. I think that they were feeding on each other. The poltergeists were feeding on them. They were also...
It was a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was like they were on ecstasy.
It was.
Keep touching me.
Yeah,
Don't
that was bizarre
shit.
Me. She was like, they'd finish, she'd be like, you're too far away, and they're like right next to each other. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, that's fucked up. That's
Always
not normal.
Touching me, yeah.
But I think initially it was just the normal amount of, sex.
For teenagers.
Yeah.
For college kids.
Plus, one of them's like a super strong person, so.
Yeah, and the other one is Riley.
Right.
Yeah, obviously sex is a big theme of the entire episode. Mm-hmm. At one point, because they show the previous Buffy the Vampire Slayer, they do the whole like Tara, you're my, I am yours or whatever thing. They show that. They show the first time that Xander and Anya have sex. And then they show Riley and Buffy. And then the episode opens with Buffy and Riley like beating up a demon and a vampire that are fighting with each other.
We never revisit that.
No.
Interesting. Yeah, because we get distracted with this poltergeist shit. But yeah, they're like, Buffy's like, this is not normal. vampires and demons do not pair up.
And we should go talk to Giles about it, but then they start fucking. Which
Yeah.
I guess it's why you're right. That's an indication that you're right, because they're not in the house when, like, they've just kicked zombie ass or whatever it is, I don't know, monster ass. And they're like looking at each other. They can't keep their hands off each other.
Well, I mean, we've seen that in previous episodes where like they both get their engines revved up from slaying.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So then they go back to the house that they live at.
Riley and his like weird
The initiative people,
Yeah.
like they live there. I always thought it was one of the dorms, but I guess it's just a house on campus.
I think it's kind of like a frat house, but for the initiative.
Right.
So,
But anyway, so it is a regular house. Because at first, so they have sex and they go to sleep, and he hears like some moaning or something like that, and he goes in to look in the bathroom or whatever, because he hears like dripping and like moaning or thrashing or something like that. And the camera's like going through the hallways and everything to the bathroom. I'm like, where the fuck are we?
yeah, it was really weird. Like, I thought he was having a nightmare. The whole episode seems surreal.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like there's a single moment of really groundedness in it.
No, because it is kind of a big, and maybe it's filmed that way on purpose because it's a poltergeist like episode. But it feels, even though it is like Monster of the Week, like they do a lot of times, it feels separated somehow from the rest of like the main story.
Yeah.
Like you said, it almost seems like a fairy tale or something, and they're all dreaming. It's weird.
Well, I mean, think about like what happens. Okay, so Riley's initiative house is throwing a party, and he's like, "My boys need to blow off some steam."
Because they do end up going to Giles, and Giles is like, "Oh, weird, like demons don't like associate with vampires, like you said." Which I thought was weird because I was like, according to this, aren't vampires demons like inhabiting human bodies or whatever? But then what Giles says next makes sense or whatever, because he's like, demons always look down on vampires, like intermixing with human beings and stuff like that, like they're less than or whatever. And I was like, okay, I guess that makes sense because they're inhabiting a person. So
Yeah, I never really thought about it. Vampires are kind of like possessed.
Isn't that what it is or no?
Yeah. You're right. You're right. There's a demon.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, is like there's a demon possessing the person.
I mean, that's the mythos of this particular
Yeah, right. Yeah.
vampire lore. Uh-oh. I got derailed here.
Oh, no. Your brain got derailed. Just like Buffy when she tried to think of anything except for Riley's dick.
Right? Like, in the middle of this conversation with Giles, they're like, oh, we have 15 minutes before class. Gotta go take care of something.
Right.
Like, geez.
And I think they do it in her place at that point.
Well, yeah, I assume it's closer. Who knows?
So, yeah, they are just kind of having sex everywhere.
Yeah.
But then, so they go back to the house, and they go into his bedroom, and they're fucking in there.
And this is at the party now.
Yes, yeah.
Because at the party, they're staring...
Well, no, before the party. Because when the guy's building a fire, it's just the initiative people, and they go to say something to Riley.
Okay.
And they hear moaning in there, and they're like, God, these fuckers are at it again, or whatever.
They never come up for air.
And this guy's building a fire because it's cold. That's the other thing. It gets super cold in the house, so that's like another indication of like some sort of poltergeist activity. And then as she orgasms, apparently the fire also orgasms and burns the shit out of this guy.
Yeah, it was very bizarre. And then at the party,
then they have a party because like you said, Riley mentions Adam. Like their theory is that Adam is having all these creatures work together, which I guess makes sense. Mm-hmm. But that's the only they only pay lip service to it, and then they just kind of abandon it. I guess it's for another episode.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, he's like, "Oh, my boys, they've been like running themselves ragged hunting this Adam. They got to blow up some steam or whatever."
Yeah, so they're having a party.
Yeah.
During the party, Buffy and Riley are staring at each other across the room while they're talking to their own little friend groups. Mm-hmm. And it's just disgusting. Like, they're literally eye-fucking each other.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not listening to anything anyone's saying. They're so rude. I mean, like, I get it. Like, new relationship, whatever. But, jeez.
Yeah.
Little much.
It is a little much. Prior to the party, just to kind of, I guess, set everything up, because there is one other, like, Willow's doing stuff or whatever, too. Willow. But the other storyline I think that needs to be addressed is before the party, Anya is mad at Xander because they didn't have sex.
Yeah, for the second time, they didn't have sex at night.
Yeah,
since they've started having sex, apparently.
Yeah, so since they've started having sex, they've had sex every single day except for twice.
And she thinks that means that he is growing tired of her. She's like, in all my years as a vengeance demon, this is what happens. The guy just, gets bored with the girl and he strays, and I know that's what's happening. And he's like, what?
But he's not growing disinterested. His penis is growing a protective shell from doing it every single night.
Insane. And he's working as a ice cream truck driver?
Yeah, an ice cream man.
It's so weird. Like, where did this storyline come from?
I don't know.
And I mean, this is all we get. Is it just for the joke? Or because he's in different jobs all the time.
It's really weird.
Can he not hold a job? Why are we just throwing him at anything you don't need a degree for? Or Xander's doing it?
Yeah, I don't. That's another. Like, it's supposed to be a bit, I guess, but like they never do anything with it, so it doesn't really feel like a bit.
Yeah, think about it. He's been in construction.
Mm-hmm.
He has worked as a bartender.
Yeah.
Now we've got the ice cream man. I feel like there was more. Maybe
he was
not.
selling candy bars.
Oh yeah,
like a drug addict on the street or something,
right? Yeah, I don't know. Nobody changes jobs this much.
He's selling magazine subscriptions next week. He's going to be doing like one of those pyramid scheme things, like fucking whatever, like vacuums that suck up everything, or I don't know.
That sounded dirty. But okay, so the bit though is like he's like, take off your clothes now. I'll show you. Right,
because he's like he says like that our relationship should be more than just sex. We should talk and get to know each other and stuff too. And it's like, yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if she's not on the show enough for us to really like build camaraderie with her as a character. But
they're like undressing, like we're gonna fuck, and then they look over and there's a crowd of kids and parents waiting to buy ice cream.
Yeah, well, they're not undressing.
They're starting to undo buttons. I mean, they're starting.
They were?
Yes.
I didn't notice that.
I thought so. I don't know. Their own, not each other's.
Right.
That would have been worse, I think.
But anyway, yeah. So that's the bit. So they're having an argument about that. So that's the thing that Xander's trying to talk to Buffy about and the rest of them, and she is ignoring.
Oh yeah.
Also, Giles got invited to this party, but he was like, "No, I'm having grown-up time at the coffee house or whatever on campus."
Yeah, it's a gathering of grown-ups. You wouldn't be interested.
So they know where he's at, which comes in later. But yeah, he's like talking about her, and he's come to the party without her.
Without who?
Without Anya.
Oh, yeah, because they're fighting.
Anya, well, because they're fighting, and Anya doesn't want to go to the party because she used to be a demon, and these initiative people fight demons, and she's uncomfortable around them.
Which makes sense.
And I think this is bad form on Xander's part.
Yeah, he's being a bad boyfriend.
To come to the party without her. Really, that's your take on it? Because when we were watching the episode and I mentioned something, you were like, really, that's what you think?
I mean, I don't know. He wants to be with his friends. They're in a fight. I don't think it's wrong for him to go to the party. But
they're in a fight where she's like, we're breaking up.
Well, even more reason to go to the party. I mean, if they're breaking up...
I think it's a reason to try to work on the relationship. But he doesn't seem that interested, honestly.
Yeah, he does not put that much effort in. I mean, apparently his penis does, but...
He's half in, half out, I think. And then half in again, and then half out again. Apparently, according to what they're doing, but
I mean, he's at the party. He thinks they're breaking up, so he starts flirting.
This is. I don't think this excuses what he does because they're not officially broken up.
This
is
like a Ross Rachel. We were on a break situation.
Yeah. Well, this is worse because Well, I don't know. Actually, maybe it's not because she did say we're breaking up or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's flirting with this woman, and then they're playing spin the bottle.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like some really weird shit starts happening.
Really weird shit. So, I mean, spin the bottle is one of the weird things, which I don't know if it's that weird, really. It's a college party, not a high school party, but...
Yeah, spin the bottle's like a middle school party thing.
Yeah. But the weirdest thing going on at the party is the wall. To me, that's the weirdest thing.
Agreed.
Like, this dude just leans against the wall and has a fucking orgasm.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking to some chick and he's like, touch the wall.
Yeah, touch this wall.
And then everybody is taking turns touching the wall and creaming themselves.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
What a bizarre thing to put in an episode, Joss Whedon. Come on.
Yeah, seriously. I think Joss Whedon is some sort of sex pervert.
Maybe.
But anyway, so that wall thing is happening. And then people slowly start to realize stuff's going on.
Yeah.
Anya comes to the party with Spike.
Yeah, they run into each other.
Anya runs into Spike, and I thought that they were going to have sex or something.
Yeah, I really suspected that also. But, I mean, I think
he tries to mug her.
Yeah, she's, like, walking up to, I think, the
bronze.
Yeah. And he tries to mug her, and then she kind of laughs at him.
Because she knows that he's not dangerous, but no one else does, so presumably it works on other people.
Yeah, he says this is how he gets his beer and cigarette money or whatever.
Beer and blood money.
Beer and blood money, yeah. Weren't they drinking together?
Yeah, they go into the bronze, and they start drinking, and they're talking about their problems in love and everything, and she's lamenting how this is how it always is. She's like super insecure or whatever. She thinks that like Xander's going to break up with her. I think she's like preemptively breaking up with him because she thinks he's going to break up with her or whatever.
Well, like she said, she used to be a vengeance demon, so she might have a little like skewed perspective because she's only talked to wronged women.
That's the thing. It's like a police officer that thinks that the world's just full of like terribleness or whatever, and it's like, well, that's all you see,
right?
Day in and day out.
But yeah, her and Spike go up to the party. I don't remember exactly why.
Well, they're talking to each other about like he's talking about Drusilla and everything, and she's talking about Xander, and they're talking about how they're whatever. They're just she's like, I wish I was a vengeance demon again, and blah 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 and everything, and
which is weird.
He's like, I'm going to get vengeance on Drusilla or whatever. I could find her and stake her or whatever. And he's like, I could help you kill Xander, basically. And she's like, maybe later, or whatever. And she's like, but you could still do Drusilla. And she's like, yeah, not right now, And so, yeah, they end up at the party and Spike's like, oh, yeah, I see what you mean about Droopy or whatever.
And then Xander, fucking calls out, hey, what, 17? What is he?
17?
Hostile 17. Hostile 17.
Oh, yeah.
He starts calling Spike that.
But no, and Spike's all upset and everything, but no one cares.
Yeah, because they're all too into whatever sex shit's going on.
They're all touching the walls. This is like an Eyes Wide Shut party, basically, what it turns into. It's
so weird. So, I mean, we got the spin the bottle game going. And this girl that liked Xander, they get to kiss, and he kisses her on the cheek because, he doesn't really want to cheat on Anya.
Right.
And she jumps on him.
And starts, trying to attack him.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. And she runs off and locks herself in a bathroom.
And starts cutting off her hair.
And you can just hear her crying I'm bad. It's so, icky.
And then Willow touches what's her name?
Tara.
Tara on the leg, and she's like, "Don't! That's dirty."
Yeah, don't touch me.
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, weirdness. A lot of weirdness.
So Willow goes up to the bathroom and sees the drowning boy in the bathtub, and then all hell starts to break loose. And Tara's like, this place doesn't feel right. I think we should get out of here. They see all the craziness that's going on.
they decide to go get Buffy. They decide to go interrupt what is going on in Riley's room.
Yeah, because they left the party to go fuck.
And when they approach the door, vines come out and block them from the door. And Buffy, well, first Buffy and Riley just don't hear them. They're knocking.
That's a really weird thing, too.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? Is it supposed to be the Garden of Eden? Like, what does that represent?
I don't know. It's bizarre. I mean, it's a good, I guess, like, block or whatever.
Yeah, but that's not really explained.
No.
So
this is like Joss Whedon's like fever dream while he's on ecstasy, I think.
Yeah. So they escape the house, and Xander's like, Buffy's still in there. I'm going back in there. Who wants to go with me?
Yeah, everyone escapes the house because it rumbles like an earthquake, and like everybody's afraid the house is going to collapse, except Buffy and Riley, who are still in the bedroom having sex. Because again, like we said before, she will not let him stop.
Yeah, just like every time he stops, he's like, "Oh, I'm tired." She's like, "Don't ever stop touching me."
Yeah. So Xander tries to go in and gets literally ejected by the house.
It's like Uncle Phil's on the other side of the door and just throws him.
Right? So they're like, okay, we got to go get Giles. So they take off for the coffee house.
Where they know Giles is.
And they walk in on him singing acoustic guitar.
He's singing Behind Blue Eyes by The Who.
And it's actually really good. And I'm curious about this, though. All the girls are like, oh my God, he's so sexy. This is so hot. Is this left over from the party? Or is this how they would normally react?
What do you think?
I mean, I think it's sexy and hot, but it seemed a little over the top for these girls who know him like a father figure to just walk in one day and be like, "Oh, Giles."
Well, Willow says, I remember why I used to have a crush on him.
Yeah. I don't remember that being the case.
Well, no, I don't think it was ever. That seems like retconning or something like that.
Yeah, that was not a plot line. I do think Giles is one of those dudes, though, that gets better looking. And, that always makes me mad.
Oh, okay.
But, like season 1 Giles, I don't think was as good looking as season 4 Giles.
Well, good for Giles, I guess.
You get better looking, too, don't worry.
All right. I think I just get better looking the more you drink.
Hey, now.
So they're all like smitten and he's embarrassed. And they tell him what's going on. And he's like, I don't know. It's weird. It sounds like a poltergeist activity thing. Or ghost, a haunting is what they think. So they look at what the house used to be before it was a frat house. And I guess it was like a home for wayward children, orphaned children.
Yeah, it was like a foster home, and it was for like kids who are mentally disturbed or, in the foster system or from juvenile detention.
Right. And the woman that ran it is still alive.
Now, I don't know how they know that from looking into the house. They're like, when and how did she die? Oh, she didn't. Immediately. They just know that. Like, that's not going to be, like, listed with the past stuff. Oh, she's still alive today, and we know exactly where she is.
They wrote in that book, she's still alive, as the moment you're reading this, she's still alive.
And here's her address and phone number. And not only is she still alive, she's right down the street, so they can go there at the same time as all this is going on.
And willing to accept strangers into her home to have a conversation.
In her jammies, because it's late at night.
Right, and so she's talking about, like, I used to really, I got a medal and everything.
I loved my children.
Yes, they was so great. And they're like, so, like, did anyone, like, die in there or whatever? And she's like, no one died, of course not. Like, and so they start, like, asking her questions, and it slowly comes out. I don't remember the exact questions they ask, but it slowly comes out that she basically, like, fucking abused and punished these kids if they had any interest in sex at all.
Yeah.
She chopped off the girls' hairs.
Because they were too vain.
Which is why the one woman chops off her hair. She did baptisms in the bathtub, so she's forcibly holding down people in the bathtub.
Which is what was going on with that poor kid.
So what's happening is not a haunting, but a poltergeist activity. It's basically like these kids didn't die, but their psychic damage or whatever was left over in the house.
Yeah.
And is being ignited by Riley and Buffy having sex all the time.
They put it like they are the battery.
Yeah.
that's powering this.
Right.
And then Willow says, what happens when the battery burns out? And they're like, they die. Now, this seems a little...
Die from fucking?
Right. I mean, this seems a little weird. I don't remember any other Poltergeist movies or whatever where they're like, oh, people are powering it and they're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's usually brought on by teenage angst.
Sure.
But nobody's life is in danger unless it's by, like, flying knives.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. But that gives us our ticking clock. They've got to pull Riley out of Buffy in order to
before they die,
in order to save their lives.
So Xander and Anya go in with machetes. Is it Anya or Willow?
It's Anya.
Okay, and start like hacking the foliage.
Willow and Tara and Giles stay back, and Tara leads doing a binding spell where basically they bring the poltergeists to them and be like, hey, what's up? Like, we're not distracting you from anything. But they get them out of the house so that they don't put up their defenses or whatever.
Well, and they try to, like, keep them there and try to ask them to, stop, leave our friends alone.
Let go of all of your pain or whatever.
And instead they're like, fuck you. Mm-hmm. And then they go back and start trying to kill Xander.
Yeah. Anya pulls him out from the water.
From the water?
Yeah, because they pull him into the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
And they try to drown him in the tub doing baptism or whatever.
Awful.
Because he has impure thoughts, even though he didn't have sex.
And I don't remember exactly. I know they win, but I don't remember how.
They hack through the door. Anya gets a vine right through her hands.
Oh, yeah, that looked so awful.
And she's a human. Like, that giant gaping wound in her hand is just going to heal.
And she'll just like, ow.
She'll just be fine next episode.
Right? I mean, it was like the size of the whole palm of her hand.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I think what happens is he's able to he opens the door. When he opens the door, because they do this visual thing where, like, the bed's, like, sunk down. Mm-hmm. And they're in this, like, ethereal realm. When he opens the door, they come up. And Buffy looks up and she's like, don't you knock or whatever?
Yeah.
So they're out of it at that point. Like, the spell's broken.
Yay.
And then they have a discussion about how, like, whatever they need to... what are they going to do? Are they just never going to have sex in that house again? Are they going to cleanse that house?
I would never go back in that house again.
Do they need to sage that house? What's going on? I mean, the initiative is underneath it.
Yeah. They do need to do something. You're right. They got to get rid of those kids. But...
Yeah, because you can't expect them not to have sex.
Right. I mean, even if Buffy and Riley don't have sex, they're again, somebody's going to.
You would think so. Although those guys never seem to get lucky at all.
No. They're kind of dorks.
Yeah.
I mean, they're military dudes, though, so...
Riley doesn't super impress me either, but...
No.
What did you think of this episode?
It's weird. It's so weird. I don't know. I don't like it. It was a good episode, but it was icky. The whole thing felt icky.
Yeah, I mean, it was sexy, I guess, but, like, also...
But dirty.
Yeah, dirty for sure. But it feels out of place. Mm-hmm. It feels like a complete outlier in this season.
I think...
It sticks out.
Maybe Joss was bored.
I guess. I don't know.
Wanted to try something different.
But, yeah. That is it, though. That's the episode for the week, everyone. Carol, tell people where they can find their own orgasm wall.
You can write us at latefee1994@aol.com. Mm-hmm. Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com.
Yep.
And share the tapes with your friends.
All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.